Right, hello everybody and welcome to the Cone Racing League. We are here for Tier 2 Round 10 and I'm joined today by Rob.
Hey, how we doing, everybody? How was your week off last week? Because neither of us were on the comms booth last week.
No, good. I was watching an install progress bar that was going to finish about an hour 20 late. So
nice.
Now we're a whole week late to that hour 20 is up, and I am back here commentating again.
Wait, if it took you a week to install your
yeah,
F1 game, we've got issues, bud.
I mean, when I'm up at uni, it would have been able to do it in the time I had, but now I'm back home, different PlayStation, hence the mistake. Actually, I'm pretty surprised. I didn't know I'd not ever installed F122 back here, but here we are.
I say sacrilege. You should have it installed on every console you own, even the ones that can't have it.
What, my old DS Lite, gonna get it on there?
Oh, cheeky F1. You can actually get F1 on the DS, I think. Pretty sure they released a DS game.
I mean, I've got it on my Wii, but that's F1 2009. So
I'm gonna Google it now. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments. Can you get F1 on the DS? I'm gonna see if we can get it.
But yeah, here we go. T-Griff looking to be the first man to set a lap. Actually, I'm going to remind myself of the championship standings. Remember, T-Griff, yeah, is near the top. Currently, the man sitting in P3 as he takes us through the first lap of qualifying. Sitting just behind Tony and Liam.
Just to interrupt, I can double confirm that you can get F1 2011 on the Nintendo 3DS.
Alright.
So we get a DS League going on.
Wonder how the controls will be like on that then.
I imagine it's awful.
The 3DS has that like mini joystick thing as well, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, it was a good console, the 3DS. I actually enjoyed. I think I played mine to death when I had mine.
Never had one myself. Just the DS Lite, Pokemon Pearl's main game on there.
Oh,
anyway.
What a game! What a game! But yeah, T-Griff is taking us on for his hot lap at the moment, and he's doing quite well. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 3. I believe that's one of the Alpha Romeos.
Yeah, just a slow outlap, to the best of my knowledge.
Well, looks like it's Hobbsy.
So
anyway, what are we expecting today, John? What's it called? What do you think your theories for Hungary's going to be?
Well, who was it? Was it DC or Farrell who was setting some mighty quick times when I was reading the drivers' chat earlier? DeWill is back again. His internet is behaving itself, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that man performs. Actually, teammates with DC. There we go. First lap, 16.5. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on the Aston Martin boys. A team that actually I think myself and a lot of other F1 fans have really started to take a liking to this year in F1.
Well, thanks to Fernando Alonso. Let's face it.
Yeah. It is a one driver carry, but so there we go. Farrell currently up the front of the order of 59.
Don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen him on social media? Connor Moore doing the impressions of the F1 drivers.
I think so. He's the one who. I think he saw him doing it in person, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He actually joined in with him. He's at the moment he's got Fernando Alonso Stroll is what he calls the character because he's been adopted by Lawrence Stroll apparently. Farrell with 1:15.9, amazing lap there for the Williams driver. I don't think I'd ever be saying that out loud.
So an invalidation for Steiny going around again for another lap. That puts Strauss as the next man to cross the line. Where is he going to fit in? Can he beat his teammate here? He can. Fourth position is 16.4. The Alfa Romeo driver.
Steiny just coming round the last corner now. What's he going to be setting? No, he's going around the first corner. I'm looking at the wrong.
I was going to say it.
Looking at the wrong driver.
Right, here we go. DeWill has just started his lap. We'll hop aboard with that man, see what he can do. Can he hit those purple sectors?
Come on, DeWill. Give Aston a carry. We need the pickup in the constructors.
Where are you at the moment? No, P4. Not doing too shabby.
I was going to say we've dropped to P4 considering for the first part of this for the series we was untouchable. We were the top team for what, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, and then the cracks began to show.
It is Tier 2 the weakest tier of the Aston Martin drivers. So, but
I've noticed Captain Nick is not in the Aston seat.
Wait, is that a full-time replacement, or is that? I didn't actually have a look. I saw there were a few reserves who were required for this race. I didn't actually pick up on which drivers they were. That was a purple middle sector from him. So, grid changes. Cal Cohen's reserving in the AlphaTauri. We've actually seen him in a championship fight before. De Will in the Aston Martin. Mr. Freefall in the Williams. Always a fun driver to watch.
I was about to say, is he in the session? Ooh. I've not seen him.
And P17, Dat Rowland, who actually is the man who got me into CRL over 2.5 years ago. Mr. Will, 8
So I know you're cheering on tonight then.
I thought he'd stopped kind of racing in CRL entirely. DCP4, Aston Martin not looking too bad so far.
No, they're doing quite well to be fair. P4, P9, still at least just over 10 minutes left on the clock of qualifying. I've got faith in my Aston Martin boys.
Yeah, wait, see one of the drivers yet to set a lap, just starting out on his one. Also Cal Cohen, I do want to see where Cal Cohen fits into everything with the grid order, because I know he's fast when he practices as a full-time driver. Of course, as a reserve, you're not always going to practice as much. So a possibility that we won't quite have that same pace, as we've got an Aston going wide there. Not sure if that was a mistake or not. But oh, my screen is I'm using a controller that is joystick drift. Give me a quick second to change controller, so I don't have that flickering. I deeply apologise for that.
Nothing worse than Joy-Con drift. I'm on board with Waitsy at minute, who's on an out lap.
There we go, that should fix that.
2 corners left to go.
I was thinking earlier, I noticed I joystick drift when I was logging into the YouTube channel, and I completely forgot to change controller afterward.
I say nothing good about Joy-Con drift. But here he goes. Waitsy is going to cross the line. Where's he going to finish? He's sitting provisional P5, 116.3. A good lap there from the Red Bull driver.
Ooh, and Cal Cohen has invalidated, so he'll be going round again. We can watch his whole lap on board. I'm not sure how many drivers currently looking to improve on their laps.
We've currently got 6 drivers that haven't set a lap. Tobes is on an out lap, and Cal Cohen is, like you said, on his hot lap.
Yep, his tyres already picked up a little bit of wear, but not a whole lot. Hard to tell how early on he would have invalidated, as we did not see.
I'm expecting some good real racing here at this track. It's a circuit where you can really put your foot down, you can really get some good battles on track. But one false move on this track, and you're going to be mowing the lawn or eating some wall.
Yeah, so just as a reminder, in the terms of the championship top 3, who have a bit of a gap to the rest of them. Leading the championship, we have Liam, currently P11 in qualifying, so he's going to want to try and find some more time there. Actually, 8 seconds off the pole. Sorry, 8 tenths off the pole, not 8 seconds. Off the pole at the moment. Coney currently sitting P3. Actually, as T-Griff dethrones his P2. So T-Griff with a 16-0. So McConey is only 10 points back off Liam, and then T-Griff, who was the man who actually just thrown McConey, is 25 points off Liam, 15 points back on McConey. And we do I always forget because it's a new point system this season, 30 points available for a win as Cal Cohen P13 there. It's going to be pretty tricky for T-Griff to walk away with the championship lead, but could try and gain some progress on McConey. Both those two drivers looking pretty strong at the moment.
I'd say still a bit of time yet, biding their time. Don't forget, we've got the all-important fastest lap point as well, so as long as they finish in top 10, just like real F1, they will get that extra point. And every point really does, especially at this point in the season, let's face it, every point's going to count. Whether it's you're battling for yourself or you're battling for the constructors.
Yeah, well, what was it, 9 rounds down, 7 to go.
A long season, 16 rounds in this season, so yeah, this is one of 7. Farrell improving.
No positions for the man to gain, but a bigger buffer is not going to hurt anyone. Tobes, a purple middle sector. I think with these games you can trust the purple sectors. I know there was one in the past where it just seemed to randomly hand them out whenever it felt like it.
Well, at the start of this game, when this game was first out, I don't know if you ever noticed it, but they actually removed the fastest lap indicators on the first part of the game. There was a glitch in the game where the first sector, second sector, and third sector, it wouldn't tell you if it was up, down, or fastest. It just wouldn't light up at all.
Interesting. So I don't think I've actually driven at all. Oh no, that's not true. I did have a quick play with the supercars when I first bought this game.
That was a feature I wish they hadn't introduced.
Just to see what they were like, and apparently it's going to be even more extensive next game.
Oh,
so I don't know, maybe they'll add the what was it, the Valkyrie? About the only car I want in the game.
Apparently, what's it called, Breaking Point's coming back next game as well. It'll be good to see them. So there's only one man that hasn't set a time yet, and it is F1 Roland. I'm on board with him at minute. Let's see his lap through. But yeah, just a rundown for everyone watching at home. We might be asking, what else is left to come? Well, after this round, we're heading over to Bahrain. Then it's Singapore, followed by Austria. Then our next sprint race in Mexico, followed by Saudi Arabia. And then to wrap things off, we're going to Belgium for the season finale.
And what a track. The only track I was going to say the only track I've been to. I have been to Silverstone, because it's the local one. The only F1 race I've been to, Belgium.
Well, I've got an interesting story for today. So today at work, I was randomly sitting in the O2 shop, as I do, because I work there, and have a guy come in, and he said, "Oh, I've had a few issues with my data." And I was like, "All right. Well, what's going on?" He went, "Well, I've recently been over to Bahrain, and I've recently been over to Australia, and I've noticed that I've been charged a lot, but I've got an eSIM which has got the international bolt on. It was only one of the Merc engineers that actually came into my shop in Doncaster."
Oh, no way!
Yeah, one of George Russell's men actually came in because he worked on George Russell's engine. He was one of the engine mechanics. I did try to ask him what went wrong with the engine, and he just turned around and went, "Can't tell you."
Yeah, well, yeah.
But the only thing he did say is he's got a busy week at the factory.
I can imagine. Oh, that's a cool little story.
Mate, I was starstruck. I know he's not nothing.
I imagine he would
I know he's not a big name, but just to him to turn around and go, because I asked him, I went, "Have you been around watching all the F1 races?" He went, "I've not been watching them. I work with them."
I was going to say, you do hear those countries and think, "Oh, hang on, are they watching all the F1s?" But no, to actually meet someone who's worked on the cars, just randomly in the store as well.
It was literally just randomly. I'm there thinking to myself, going, "What the hell are you doing in Doncaster?" Well, no, there we go. So that's Rob's little fun fact of the week. He met a Formula 1 engineer. Oh. I've peaked at life, people. I've peaked at life. Exactly.
Right, I think next two AlphaTauri drivers. No, one on a warm-up lap, one on an in lap. Right, anyone that's driving around. 4 stars.
I think it's Waitsy. Waitsy's currently on an hot lap, I believe.
Oh, Strauss up to P2. I was trying to find which of the Alfa Romeos it is. Yeah, Strauss up into P2. Waitsy you mentioned. We'll see what he can do.
I wouldn't count the Alfa Romeo boys out of this championship just yet. I mean, SUFC's dominating down in Tier 4. I've not really kept up to date as much as I should do in Tier 3, but they've got Harry Palmer, so say what you want. And obviously the boys here are doing quite well. In Tier 1, I've actually fallen a little bit behind, but I've got 3 days coming up, so I plan on just binging a bit of CRL binge fest.
Right, so Cal Cohen is currently improving a 1/10.5 in the first sector. That's up to 3.5 tenths. Come the second sector, that puts him at about P10 for the moment.
Wait, he's come in.
Sector. I mean, if you can find 2 more tenths on top of what he already does, that could be the difference between P10 and P5. We're hoping to get near the top. As I said before, we know he's fast. We've seen him in the past, and here we go, P6 for the reserve driver, just 8 thousandths behind Waitsy.
Rio DC coming around the last corner. What's he going to do? He's aiming to improve, and he's...
is that an improvement?
No improvement.
It was a 6-minute lap, but I'm not sure I believe that.
Yeah, no improvement there from Rio DC, but is he on a lap at the moment? That's the question. Looks like he's giving it another go.
Hop on board with him. I can't actually see any others currently on a push lap. Maybe Steiny actually down.
Steiny is.
Yeah.
And so's Flejet.
Who?
Is that how you pronounce his name? P6.
I've always just called him Cal Cohen.
Yeah, we'll call him Cal Cohen then.
He hasn't complained yet, I think. Right, we've got free fall in the last section. No, he's on.
Right, quite
Quite
a few drivers are coming out now because there is only 2 minutes 20 left of this qualifying session. Still all to play for, but Farrell is leading. That is an amazing lap he set, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he mentioned that he set a 15.5 in practice and said that was a fluke. He's normally in the 16s. I don't know if that's him or another driver, but either way, exceeded expectations. He might already be safe with that provisional pole time.
I mean, when I was doing my practice prior to Monday night's session, I set a 16.8. That was the fastest I could do. I felt happy just to do that, but I think one of the McLarens has come to a stop on the track.
Oh, he's beached it on the curb now.
Oh,
Tobes.
Oh, it's a sad sight.
The shame.
You can see it, he's giving it his all. He's reset the track.
Fully within his rights to do so. Waited for the other drivers to move out of the way.
That's legal. That's a perfectly legal in the rule book. It's only if you deliberately set the track. Let's face it. Oh, he's coming off.
Yeah, moving out the way.
Please don't be a retirement.
Well, he should have time to get round to the start of his lap. Right, okay, let's try to find which driver's next to the line. Steiny's invalidated after being half a second green. Cal Cohen retiring.
Cal Cohen's retired.
Okay, next to set a lap then will be Liam, our championship leader, who, no, hang on, that man's looking to be 4 seconds green. Sorry, red. Very scared if he was 4 seconds green. Will, I think, also
got an Aston Martin coming up.
Small improvement by him. Steiny's round.
The wheel doesn't improve.
Steiny's had a spinner exit of turn 1 and that knocks him out of improving. He's stuck down in P15 after being half a second green at 1 point last lap before invalidating as well. That has got to hurt as his teammate McConey flies past him. Right, I'm just going to have to watch the timing board because finding all the different drivers crossing the line is going to be tricky. A Haas to the line, I didn't see any major improvements.
Rio DC has retired, he's happy with P4, so provisional P4 he does sit.
Good evening, Calco. Nice to see you back on track. Right.
We've got one of the boys crossing the line, and it's a fastest lap from Farrow, 15.6.
Tobes, the first man to finish in the session. So T-Griff actually is also now broken into the 15s. It will be Liam next man to the line. I'll try and
Farrell and T-Griff will be the last two across the line shortly to end the qualifying session, because I think they got literally just before the checker flag was waved. DeWill is coming around the last corner as we speak. Is it going to be an improvement for the Aston Martin
Liam
boy?
Up to
and
P8, DeWill up to P3.
P3.
Not that we're biased, but we're happy. McConey sitting in P11. I think Shu just improved up to P9. Next man is Hobbsy. Yeah, Hobbsy does not move up. Then free fall. Slow lap for the moment up into P18. Farrell, I know that was
board with Strauss at the moment. Strauss is coming around the last corner. He's going to be looking to knock any of the top boys off. And is he going to do it?
P2.
Yes, P2.
There we go. Right, who else have we got?
Griff and DeWill down to the second row. The Haas is coming in. I think it's the Ferrari which is next of Roland.
No improvement for him there. Nolsey is on a slow one. I think that's a chaotic last lap.
It's just Nolsey.
Missed loads of stuff, but yeah. Farrell on pole, and only 3 drivers breaking into the 115s. None of which actually set a 15.9. They all had a 10th over the rest of the field.
Knowles trying to get past some traffic. He gets past quite easily, but has it cost him anything there?
Well,
let's find out.
He's 40 seconds red and he's invalidated.
That's invalidated, so that is it then. That will be our grid. That's a shame, that. Right at the very end, an invalidation.
Right, look at his time. He was already way down. He's going to set a 2-minute lap time.
Kick him while he's down, man! I mean, he's already in a Haas, and then you're mocking his time. I mean, what more does he want? No, big love to Haas.
Nolsey's hang on, where is he in the championship? So I always get some seasons drivers do amazingly, others they kind of have a bit of almost a break season. You kind of need that bit of time. Okay, out the championship fights, let's have a cool down, have a break, come back at it again next season when I like the game a bit more.
I mean, that's the excuse I'm going with for this season.
Where are you sitting in your championship?
Don't want to know.
So here
Last
we go.
time I looked, I think I'm P15, I think.
Farrell on pole, nearly 2/10 down to the next man of Strauss, who's only just himself followed by Tigriff. Bit of a jump down to Will, who makes it onto the second row, followed just by his teammate DC and then War Daddy. Waitsy and Cal Cohen taking up the fourth row with Shu and Liam, our championship leader, finishing out the top 10. Coney P3 in the championship, way down in 11 though, just behind Liam. Then Clerpiar, Tobes, Hobbsy, Stein, the first man, a second back. 4-star, Cole Paradox, Nalsy, Freefall, and that Roland way down at the bottom.
Interesting grid.
Yeah, now the two drivers with the slowest times there were both reserves, so coincidence? Maybe.
Well, I think they'll just be happy to be in their race, let's face it.
Yeah,
They won't be... I mean, yeah, okay, they're going to give it their all, but I think they're just going to be happy to get that call up and go, yep, we need you boys, get in the car. I don't know if they're doing it again, but all my engineers are lining up like aliens again.
Yep, they are.
I love it when it does this.
At least the people on the left are acting human, but no, they're making one very strange looking creature, we'll call it. When is the last time that Roland raced, is what I'm interested in.
Can't remember. I think it may have been a season or two.
Funnily enough, round 10, maybe last season. What season is this?
This is 8. Season 8, this is.
Round 10, I think it was Hungary again.
Oh, so he was deliberately waiting for Hungary.
No, it was it was T3 on Monday.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, hang on. Right, before that, let's try again. I think no. Wait, is he full-time driver in Tier 3? Am I missing a bit of a clue here?
I don't know. Can tell you.
Because that's the reserve board.
Possibly.
I don't know. Maybe he's just kind of Tier 2, 3 reserve.
Well, you've got to remember 18 names. They all sort of kind of blend into one. Let's face it.
Well, Roland's the first name I knew from CRL. Because I didn't know him from CRL.
I came across CRL quite randomly one day when I posted it in the F1 game page on Facebook and went, looking for a league to join, fed up of randomers playing Dodgems. I'm pretty sure anyone hearing this is now probably going, yeah, well, Spider Rob, you keep playing Dodgems. I don't intentionally play Dodgems, people. I do try.
Right, there we go. 25-second countdown started to build up the formation lap, and then the race will be underway, which is how many laps?
Just allows 30 something, I think. 38, I want to say it is.
We're professionals, I promise.
You can tell all of this is unscripted, can't you? But then again, that's the best way to have it, is unscripted. Because if we were just sat here with a script, we'd just be sounding like robots. We're not doing it as it comes, and it's not entertaining, let's face it.
Right, here we go.
But the drivers are underway for the hot lap.
Everyone, apart from Calcoin, Shu and Roland, have gone onto the hards. The other three I just mentioned starting on the mediums. And that is... Hang on, which Mercedes has just spun it on the line? Is that Clerpiar? Clerpiar, nice. I think, has got a bit of wheel spin and spun it off the formation lap line. So we'll give him a bit of time to shame on stream. Driver who's been with us for who knows how many seasons. Always puts in a good show.
35 laps we've got ahead of us here, and it's, by the looks of it, it's good sunny conditions.
Yeah, which is, I guess, slightly a shame. Some drivers were cheering, others were thinking, shame it's not raining.
Yeah, a wet race around Hungary can be quite interesting, to be fair. Now, little one's just decided to jump out of his bed. Wonderful. It's alright though, the missus is already on it.
There we go. Cal Cohen, interestingly, on the grass. I was trying to get them all the cars nicely going through the through that chicane with the camera angle by just changing one at a time, and he'd gone a further back. So, which team? I guess it's Aston Martin who's got the strongest showing here.
Yeah, Aston Martin with a third and second row driver. So yeah, P4, P5. Real chance here for some points for Aston Martin. Not that I'm biased.
No, of course not.
We need all the help we can get at the moment, so
So here we go.
gotta start clawing our way back.
Frau, first man to pull onto the grid. A Williams up at the front. Been a while since that's been said in F1.
I was gonna say, Williams leading the pack. What's going on? Is this some sort of different universe? Into the F1 verse. Here we go. Oh, the
Ooh,
Williams
hang
goes
on
for a
minute.
spin. There you
3-4.
go.
He can't resist, can he?
Right then, would you like to lead it in, or would you want me to do it?
I'll give you the honours.
Thank you very much. Right, so here we go at the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're just waiting on the 5 lights out. Here we go. It's 5 lights out. It's a long lights out, a very long lights out, and it's a 5 lights out, and away we go. And Farrell, by the looks of it, with the better start over his rivals.
On the inside? One of the Astons.
Oh,
That's De Will. Rocketing past Strauss on the inside. He's pulled back a little bit. Does not want to push his luck too much. The Astons both making it through nice and healthily. Tigriff, however, is past Strauss. Strauss seems the poorest start of the runners up front. No big drivers flying down the grid just yet. Roland, though, already up 5 on those medium tyres he opted to use. But all drivers, it seems, healthily away. Farrell already building quite a bit of a lead to the 2 fighting behind him. I say quite a bit of a lead, just 7 tenths, but the more the merrier at the start, eh? Oh, no,
yeah,
another first
definitely.
spinner, I think. That is, names moving down the order quickly. I think both Hobbsy's got no
Cold
front wing.
Paradox has also lost the position there as well.
Yeah, Clerpiard down 8 positions. Hobbsy down 5 with his completely missing front wing, so we will see him pitting this lap. Then Cold Paradox, he's missing an end plate, so we'll need to get that remedied this lap. There's also a Haas a little bit offline ahead here. Oh, what's going on here? Bit of a fight going on. Steiny, it seemed. I thought it was going to be the Haas that was offline, but Steiny, in the end, losing out to 4-star, now under threat from freefall. The man who decided to spin it at the end of his formation lap for a bit of fun.
I am still here. If I do go quiet for a long period of time, it's either little and screaming the house down, which I don't want people to hear on stream, even though that's how a lot of drivers are feeling because they come into a pit after damage. We've got 4 drivers in the pit lane, all probably with wing damage.
Yeah, we certainly saw at least 2 wings damaged. Just here we go. Liam and McConey having a battle. McConey having qualified just behind Liam, it seems at the moment. Better start to the race, and Liam fighting perhaps we shouldn't have been there. Luckily a bit of a gap to behind after backing out of that move. McConey coming out on top of that battle. Liam having to settle into that P10.
So the Aston Martin boys didn't gain anything from that first lap assault. They still sit comfortably in P4, P5, but they're letting the leaders know that they are still there. Very interesting up by the looks of it. It's quite close between them all, to be fair. It's only Farrell, which is starting to pull away now. He's just got into the 1 second mark over Tigriff.
Yeah, well, Farrell, of course, as we saw, biggest gap in pace. Really, the gap between Farrell and Tigriff and Strauss was similar to the gap between Tigriff and the 2 Aston Martin boys. So Farrell definitely, distinctly had that pace advantage over the rest of the field. He seems putting it to good use early, getting out that second range before DRS. There we go, as I say, before it's enabled. It is now enabled, and not a worry of his. He's already escaped that range.
But now we are going to have a
Strauss
very
round.
big DRS train.
Happened to be on board of them, but Strauss's round, dropping way down the order, down to P11, 12.
What happened? Was that a spin, or was that just
I think it was a spin on X. Hang on, I'll rewatch it on stream. Yeah, he just took himself out, powered down too early. That's him down to P13.
He will not be happy with that. There's some good drives over the last few weeks, Strauss has. He's definitely one to still watch out for.
Good evening to the person in chat who I do not recognise. Seems CRL community collectively unable to spell the word evening.
Maybe between us we can work it out.
If we all work together, we can spend the whole race trying to work out the spelling. Yeah, the guys on mediums doing very well. Roland up from P20 to P11. Shoe up, I think, a few positions. Which I can have a check now.
To be fair, the winning combo down in Tier 4 on Monday night was medium to hard. That was the winning combination.
All right.
That did well. I started on mediums, did well, then went to hards, and then for some reason decided to go back to a new set of mediums and just basically threw the race away. I was doing all right, to be fair. And then I don't know why I thought it. I just didn't find the hards comfortable.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the tyres don't really flow with it, and it's.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that amazing. I may as well try something fancy and watch it fail, just in case it doesn't. But the gaps up front starting to build a little bit. The front three, is nearly contact there. Steiny setting fastest lap on his fresher mediums. No, we do not have tiers on PC. We've looked into doing cross-platform and it didn't really work. So we are PS4 only for the moment.
The wheel with a massive jump there, back up to P4. We had about 4 drivers there that all dropped a position.
But yeah, we've got 4 tiers, all of which are on PS4. 2 race today, and then the tier 3-4 race on Mondays. So if you are interested in racing, I don't know, stick a comment. Twitter's probably a good way of getting in contact. There might be a Discord link somewhere in the YouTube channel. I can't remember.
Possibly is. I know if you do comment on the F122 page on Facebook, I know every now and then Nathan does reach out on there, because that's where he found me. So that is also another way around it as well.
So interesting watching that gap between Waitsy and DeWill. Both of course on the same tyres. If you can keep up within the DRS, or if he's struggling, because at the moment that gap is gradually creeping bigger and bigger, which is opposite of what you'd expect given he has that advantage of DRS. And actually looking at the ERS reading as well, what was that, about 25 higher for DeWill. So the Frenchman at the moment making a bit of a gap. We'll see if we can find battles elsewhere. Championship leader Liam down in P9, still on the rear wing of McConey and caught in a little bit of a train it seems here. No one making too big a moves.
Sorry, I had to quickly dash off then. But I'm back.
Ooh, spinner with freefall down the order. Wing damage? No wing damage. Just pride damage and a little bit of tyre wear.
The Aston Martin boys creeping back up now. Rio DC now P3. DeWill P4.
Trying to see, yeah, Waits is still not quite being completely ditched by DeWill, but it's definitely that first sector where he struggles. It's the exit of the turn 1 and that sweeping left. I don't know if it's his lines or what he's doing, but it's always those two corners where he's losing the most time, and now more under pressure from the McLaren behind. That's just going to get worse and worse, especially once he's truly lost that DRS. That's when I think Shu will be able to strike, go for the move up into P5. The mediums now 6 laps old. So every lap they are going to be worse and worse comparatively, but I think for the moment it's still the better of the 2 tyres. So we'll see DRS section range. What is that gap when he gets there? That is well over a second. I say well over a second, a tenth over a second. Although Shu has dropped back a little bit this lap. Good middle sector and end of last sector by Waitsy. Just not enough to keep up with DeWill up ahead. So yeah, gap closed down. Not enough to completely go for the move. Another DRS zone here though, back to back. No, it seems for the moment just Shu going to need to try and reel him in a little bit more. Roland though potentially going for a move here on the McLaren of Tobes. That is a gap sort of very close down. Interestingly up the inside, what a brave place to go for a move. I think Tobes in the end just going to surrender that one. He can't really hold it on the outside, it's drifting a little bit wide there. Possibly even picking up a warning from that one. Not what he wants to do this early on in the race, if avoidable. Again, just medium tyres, simply having more grip And the driver who's got confidence in his car. Yellow flag, I think again for freefall. Looks like the same place he made the mistake earlier on. So not his favourite section of the track. That's now twice we've seen mistakes from him in that section. Way down the order now for the reserve driver. Front runners, DC nearly within that 1 second window of Tigriff. The rest of them able to maintain those gaps. This battle for P5 is still going on. Waits to shoot Wardaddy, McConey and Liam.
Back again, buddy. Sorry about that. Apologies to the viewers at home. Dad duties have got to come first.
Yep, always.
Right, what did I miss? Anyone hit a wall yet?
Freefall span in the same place again, but no wall hitting. Roland actually went for a very brave one up the inside of the uphill left-handers. There we go, Steiny still in fastest lap. But yeah, at the moment it's just, can Shu get near enough to wait to see if he can go for a move? No, not this lap, maybe next.
Very close between the top half of the pack, I should say. No one really going for anything too brave yet, I've noticed.
Yeah, I think possibly. Well, I don't know if the front runners deliberately leaving gaps. I mean, they're all like 1.2, 1.3 seconds. I mean, actually, quite literally all of them at one point were 1.2 seconds, I think. It's further down the order where there's more potential for battling. And hang on, that is a very close gap between Shu and Waitsy coming out of the final corner into the two back-to-back DRS zones. Pulling to the inside to defend, going back to the racing line on the outside, keeping to his 2 movements allowed. McLaren not going to go for the move here, but letting him know he's right behind him, and there's another straight for him to work with. I think the Red Bull, did he run deep? Well, no, just faster through the corner. I mean, just simply a strong line there by Waitsy.
Yeah, it was
on the
nicely
throttle
done.
pinch early there, though. But he's far enough ahead in this part of the track, not one way you can pass without a significant amount of the overspeed. I don't know how much the setups are going to differ between these two drivers. But I do...
Depends on why you're brave as well on this track as well. While it looks like there's loads of opportunities to overtake, there really isn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of main one. Send it into turn 1, and if that doesn't work, maybe try the next left-hander.
Of course, this being the track where Esteban Ocon did get his maiden win, and Lewis Hamilton being the only man on the grid restart. After that really bad decision from Bono to keep him on wets.
Yep, Bono on the wrong tyres.
Still finished on podium, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because you had, what was it, Alonso actually defending for Ocon. So DC is now within the DRS of Tigriff. As further down the order, we've had another spin from Freefall. He's found a new place to spin it this time. But he is back to running again. Don't know if he would have caught the wall with that one. This is the ball's a little bit closer than where he'd spun it previously.
To be fair to Scott, though, he gives it his all. Like, he used to be full-time, had to drop out. He comes in when he needs to. And he's got a lot going on, let's face it.
Yeah, I don't think he does it for the fun of it. Some drivers are here to compete their hearts out and drive, and that's fine, they're up front. But Scott, he'll have his fun, he'll race, he'll enjoy the racing. And when the serious racing kicks in, he'll either race seriously or stay out of the way. And one of the 4 head admins, we're blessed with 2 of the head admins on this grid, actually on board with the other one, DC at the moment, who is starting to close down on Tigriff a little bit. So Freefall does a lot more.
Flag in sector 1, Hobbsy has spun.
Which is where his teammate Strauss spun in qualifying. If I remember it.
Alfa Romeos. I mean, it's good news for me being part of Aston Martin. I mean, Alfa Romeo was one to be worried about.
So Shu has lost a bit of ground to Waitsy, but behind the gaps are closing up a little bit. McConey not too far off the back of Wardaddy. It seems a lot of them just saving their ERS for the moment, not wanting to push it too hard, as that is a yellow flag, and that is DC.
Oh no!
The driver we were just talking about. Down only, it seems, to P9. As everyone held up a little bit. Yeah.
Doesn't appear to be any damage on DC though, but De Will, his teammate, does move now up to P3.
Yeah, not what he wanted at this stage of the race.
Still
Not
plenty of time
actually all
left
that
in
far
it.
down the order.
He's on the hards still have a bit more life in them yet. As long as he hasn't got any flat spots, should be alright. Should still be on for that one stop.
Yeah, DCM having a look now, P10 in the championship. A man we've seen in championship fights before. I don't think he's won one yet. That is a Knowlesy DNF.
Oh, that's a Haas, it's nosy.
Briefly caught a glimpse of his car from the perspective of Klepia there. Same place you saw freefall spin earlier. The car is now being removed. So I can see it on track, but no safety car, not even a VSC for that. It's further down the order.
We now have
Freefall's
another
round
spin
again.
though. Freefall spun again.
Just behind him, Hobbsy, yeah, gets through. Freefall down to P20. Perhaps a setup mistake by Freefall, perhaps just not very comfortable with the car and track, or the setup needed for this track.
It's a hard track, Hungary. It can be quite draining, mentally wise.
Yeah, I do remember having this track. Well, I haven't raced in any of CRL's main stuff. I did do this track in one of the Cone Cups that I raced in. And it was trying to chase someone down there and not quite getting them on the last lap when they had wing damage at the end of a 5-lap race.
I am hoping to be in the Cone Cup this because I'm assuming it'll be back. It's normally one every year, isn't there?
I can't remember when the last one was.
Last summer.
Yeah, it usually is kind of between games, just do a bit of a silly fun format. Slightly different one each time.
I'm hoping to be involved in this upcoming Cone Cup.
They'll let just about anyone in, so you should be fine.
I mean, got to have bottom of the barrel somewhere. Might as well take up some sort of position. Nah, it's all good fun. That's what we do it for, is the fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, one of these days I'd like to be in a championship fight, but I'm doing it more for fun than I am for winning. But one of these days, I'm getting better with each season. I'm not doing too well this season, to be fair, but we all have our up and down seasons, let's face it.
So here we go. Roland now on the mediums. He's going to start to struggle compared to the drivers behind the tyre life. Hard should now have pace advantage. Excuse my yawn. Just behind him we've got Toads
keeping you up,
and
lad.
Strauss. I'm still here. So we'll have to
I
see.
just put my son down to bed. Do I need to read you a bedtime story as well, mate?
Yeah, hang on. Really struggling on the tyres now is Roland. Everywhere on the track is a mistake by Cal Cohen in Sector 1 there. Through that right-hander as well. Interesting place to go around.
Is on mediums. It is time for the mediums boys to start thinking about that pit.
Yeah.
That pit window will be open.
Shoe not chosen to pit. Hang on, is that a spinner out the exit to the last corner? Yes, it is. And it's Waitsy. Oh, it was this track where Vettel did his 360 out the exit to the final corner and nearly smashed it into the wall. So actually Roland might have a bit of a buffer here. Is Roland able to get ahead of Waitsy while Tobes doesn't? Oh, he's looking for the move again. Oh, this is getting spicy. Here we go. Ferrari, Red Bull and McLaren fighting away.
And on top of that, you've got an not an Aston Martin now, for a Mayo trying to join the pack, trying to overtake the McLaren of Tobes. It's Strauss being brought into the battle.
Here we go, 5 of them all pretty nose to tail for the moment. And of course having Roland at front on this tyres means he's basically a buffer that's going to not be able to run away even if the rest are battling behind him.
See, Waitsy will be desperately trying to get back, and you have Roland just defending like a lion at the moment.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to do everything he can, isn't he? 4-stars gap getting awfully close now to the back of Strauss. And you can really see the drivers looking for the moves here. Waitsy. Another mistake there by Roland, going really wide on the exit. Don't know if that's one of the corners being monitored by the stewards, but if any of the stewards are watching, it is. Put his name down somewhere.
Don't worry, I'm taking notes. Roland decided not to pit still.
Yeah, it's interesting given just how much he is struggling. I mean, I guess he's kind of happy to hold up his rivals for the moment. Now, are we going to see any moves in this group? I think we might. Waitsy to the outside, Roland defending the inside. How deep
and
is
that's
he
a
gonna
good move from
run?
Roland, forcing Waitsy to go wide and keeps the position. What a battle we've got between these two.
Yeah, Bird puts him on the curb, that bit less traction as the Waitsy here actually going wide. Tobes trying to go for a move here. You can't hold around the outside of that one. Nope, there we go, backs out. And actually that's brought Roland a little bit more space to play with and bunched up the pack as well, because now Strauss just behind Tobes himself, only just behind Waitsy.
And 4 stars there creeping around, going I'm going to hold back a little bit, but he's still in the fight as well.
Trying to see
and
further.
This bunch up, believe it or not, Clark's come to play. Clark's just arrived.
Another man just behind is going wide there. Tobes this time. And already Waitsy's closed up that gap to Roland. We said it would be a little bit of a buffer, and yeah, no, that gap come down mighty quick. The hard's definitely the better tyre now. Something to point out further up the order as well. Farrell's gap to Tegriff now 2.5 seconds, while De Will is half a second back on the Haas car. Not near enough to go for a move, but enough for him to keep his eyes open, pay that bit more attention. So again, the medium runners still staying out on track.
They must know something that we don't at the minute.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not losing a position.
Well, he is defending well, to be fair. I wonder if this is his plan, because his teammate is 2 positions up above him. I wonder if he's trying to hold the pack up.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much communication he's going to have with his teammate. Being the reserves, there's kind of that bit less reason to fight for it. But at the same time, it might just be that bit more reason to fight that bit harder, because it hurts less if it goes wrong. Waitsy now is going to be wanting to get through. Is Waitsy reserving? No, he's not.
No, Waitsy's full time.
Where is he in the order?
Do you have a yellow flag? Ooh. I believe that is 3-4. He's done a spin, he's done some donuts for us, giving the crowd what they want to see on the starting straight.
Trying to do an impression of Vettel then. So there's gap.
Well, yeah, quite literally.
Not even half a car's length between Roland and Waitsy's. Shoe is finally into the pits now. Is the Ferrari pitting? No. Yes.
No. Oh, is he?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's come in. I think, to be fair, that was a good battle. He defended well, and I think he's gone, you know what, I've got to at some point.
So, Shoe into the pits for a fresh set of hards.
Toads had the DRS thanks to that, and he is now pushing for P8. This battle's still far from over.
Yeah, and also actually the battle for P2 gonna kick off shortly. That gap between De Will Tegriff coming down bit by bit, although actually as I've said that's gone up a little bit.
Well, I believe we are being shown our first blue flags of the evening, and it is Farrell on his teammate 3-4. I'm literally going to have that very imminently.
Yeah, not caught him just yet, but not too far behind.
So the next person, well, the next 3 people to come in will probably be Steiny, Cole Paradox, and Hobbsy, because those 15-lap mediums will be feeling it, but they've all already been in once anyway.
Yes, I guess. Well, I think all 3 of them could theoretically just go into another set of mediums if that is their preference.
A safety car would sort them out. War Daddy with the fastest lap, setting a 1 minute 19.9.
And from P4 as well.
So he will be qualifying for that bonus points that you do get. So long as he finishes top 10, he'll get an extra point added to his score.
Yeah, though given half the grid is still to go onto the medium tyres, I think that will struggle to maintain the fastest lap as the race goes on.
As I said, the hard boys, they've got about another 5 laps before they need to start thinking about coming in. So long as they are keeping an eye on their tyres anyway.
Was that a slight mistake by Tegriff, or just, I think just using all the curb?
I think he's using all the curb, but I think he does know that De Will is putting him under pressure. He just needs to keep it, because he's desperately trying to hunt down Farrell, but De Will is not letting him get out of his sights.
Well, De Will is statistically the most successful driver in CRL. He's
Got
got
a few championships.
2 Tier 1 championships under his belt, a load of wins, the most points of any driver. And actually, he's I know not many people know that CRL do any Gran Turismo racing, but he's nicked a few championships in the GT side of things.
That'll be Griff going over the white line there. I don't know if he got a warning or not, but he can't be affording the risk to do that. DeWill, obviously, with the DRS.
And that is a
slowly
Hobbsy
down.
spin. That is, that must be a Hobbsy spin and a half. Yeah, Hobbsy into the wall, no front wing, and that he's gone round again on his hot tyres. But is that a safety car?
It's a safety car.
Ooh.
Right, so the hard boys have now got I'll tell you what, who's going to benefit from this most? Strauss. He came in as that safety car came out.
Yeah. Where's that going to drop him down to? He's P13 on a nice fresh set of mediums. Goes around quick enough. We'll see where he ends up slotting in the end. The guys who only just pitted will be kicking himself.
Yeah. So, could be a free pit. Well, will be a free pit here for quite a few of the drivers. But it does bunch that grid back up. So the boys that had to pit early doors, they'll be jumping for joy.
Yeah, we'll wait. He'll be pretty happy after his mistake. The same with DC, another chance at redemption after their respective mistakes. Of course, and actually they're still fairly high up the order. It's just they're a lot of time down. So, from their
Question is, how's Farrell going to be feeling about this? Obviously, leading the race. Is he going to be coming in? And he's
got to. I mean, you'd be silly not to.
Is. Yeah,
from here, the mediums make it to the end. They haven't done a tyre change yet. You'd be foolish not to.
All coming in. Everyone's coming in.
Yeah, of course, Shu not going to pit on his fresh set of hard
double stack for the Aston Martin.
Well, actually, no, I think he'll be out of the grid box in time.
I'm just double checking this.
We'll see. Yeah, his teammate's already out of the box.
Yep. Perfectly timed for Aston Martin.
How many of these boys in the pits is Shu going to jump? He knows he's got to push his delta a little bit here to try and get a bit more.
Strauss is desperately trying to... Here we go. Can Strauss... Here we go. He's got one driver, two driver...
ERS.
And that will put him P11.
Someone tell Strauss he's got his ERS on.
But Strauss does get two positions out of that.
Oh,
like I said, he had that free pit, so he'll be happy.
Yeah, I suspect we'll see Hobbsy pull into the pit here, because it'd be silly not to on these old mediums. Actually, same for Mr. Freefall.
The thing is, though, I think Hobbsy's got to go to a different compound, though, hasn't he?
Yeah,
I'm sure he started on mediums.
Did he? I thought he might have been one of the initial lot.
Was he one of the hard
lap 1? Well, I guess we can check in the race director.
Well, Shu's putting in the paddock that it's scripted, apparently. This race has been scripted. I can certainly tell you we don't know if it's scripted or not.
Yeah, Hobbsy went hard, medium, so he is safe.
So he's all good then.
Yeah, Nathan, I did make sure to give an answer to that name that I'm not even going to try and pronounce in the chat. Here we go, this is going to get spicy. Shu, Roland, and... Hang on, did Freefall not pit, or has he just not made it to the pits yet?
He's not pitted currently as it stands.
Interesting choice.
I wonder if he's going to go for a hard softs approach. Could be doable if he's looking after them hards, but then again they're going to be really feeling it now.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that you get a little bit of rest under the safety car conditions, but at the moment he's just trying to catch the queue altogether. And I think he's got enough of a gap down to Hobbsy that he could hold on to that P18. Not that that's all too significant points awarded here for the top 12.
And I reckon.
Oh, there we go, into the pits.
Is he in?
He's in.
There we go. But I reckon the safety car could be coming in this lap. I think because the majority of the pack is now bunched together, it would be stupid not for the safety car to come in, but it would put 3 drivers at a disadvantage as it stands. But it has happened.
Yeah, we will
Safety
see.
car waits for no man.
And as of yet, no penalties for track limits. I'm sure there's a few warnings
No,
here and there. There definitely should be from the driving I've seen.
Well, Griff will definitely have at least had one warning at least.
Well, I guess we can have a look and see how he's doing. Actually, any of the drivers up top. How do I even do this? Incidents maybe? No, it'd be easy if I just go into the right. So Farrell, one warning for him. T-Griff just one warning, lap 16. DeWill, flawless as always. War Daddy is clear as well, and then McConey, last one we'll look at, also clear of any warnings. So just the top two drivers who each have only collected one warning so far this race. My PS4 is getting very angry. The fans having a good go at.
I say we're still staying out. We're going to have one more lap of safety car. Just allowing Hobbsy and 3-4 to rejoin the pack. It's been a very interesting first half of the race, to be fair. We had a good few battles. Scott's give us some donuts.
Ah, always. First in the formation lap, now in the race itself.
I want one on the last lap as well, Scott. But yeah, it's interesting. So only as it stands, 2 drivers on the grid on the hard tyres. Shu with 5 lap hold and Roland also with 5 lap hold.
Yeah, both of them, of course. The 2 we saw that did a medium first stint pitted onto the hard compound as they needed that tyre change. Potentially could have risked going back onto the mediums. I'm not sure how that would have fared for them though.
I can't call last half of this race. It's going to be... Well, I can, to be fair. I think I know what it's going to be.
Yeah, well, Farrell,
personally,
he's the favourite in terms of the win.
He has been flawless. But I reckon we're going to have a good battle, P2, between Griff and DeWill.
Liam P6 must be a visual bug. We'll see.
I mean, must be a visual bug. We got a Williams leading the Grand Prix. When was the last time that was said?
Followed by a Haas and an Aston Martin. You told me that last year. I'd tell you you're insane.
I was going to say, it's we're into the F1 verse here.
Well, what have we? We've seen wins from the Williams before. We've seen poles from the Haas, and we've seen P2s from the Aston in the past. Especially this year with the P3s from Alonso, 3 in a row. But here we go. Safety car has been told it's coming in this lap. Result.
Farrell trying to bunch the pack up, trying to force Griff into a mistake. Griff does apply the brakes.
Yeah, nearly rear-ended him though. So we'll see. Hang on, has he been caught napping? He has been caught napping.
He has been caught napping, and Farrell's gone. He's left him.
But the thing is, so is DeWill. DeWill's still a decent gap down as well. The first driver really under threat.
It's Farrell's gone. He's just gone.
Yeah, perfect from him. So hang on, he's left me with a gap. I'll go while he's waiting, and already that 1 second gap built up. Might not even have to worry about DRS once I'm seeing a small gap here between.
Oh, there's a collision! Some wings have just gone flying. I don't know who's missing it. It's one of the Red Bulls. It's Waitsy. And he's dropped, and he's dropping.
Yeah, that's a shame for him. It is just the end plate, but that is something he's going to have to pick with that many laps left to go. Just going to start to plummet down the order now. Ferrari getting the cutback, Steiny
Roller
as well.
getting past, Steiny. They're all coming. Wait, there's not the restart Waitsy would have been wanting.
No, actually didn't.
I don't know who he collided with though.
I think I saw the contact, but I was so focused on another battle I just saw a bit of front wing go in the background as Shu and DC were side by side. In the end, Shu coming out on top of that battle.
I was watching Liam, and all I saw in the background was a few wings fly around.
Wow, I'm going to give it a rewatch to see if I can see what I did see, but missed. Interesting. Cannot for the life of me work out where the contact came from.
I'm pretty sure it'll be one for the stewards to discuss in detail tomorrow night. No doubt. Waitsy will be putting that in for it to be reviewed. But yeah, Waitsy's losing a lot of time here.
Ah. Ooh, is DC a big mistake from him there, going very wide, and what can Tobes do because of that? Not much, has to slot in behind. Has now closed the gap, perhaps giving his teammate a little bit more breathing room up in P7. Farrell has actually lost that 1 second gap he had at one point. So yeah, Waitsy gone onto some fresh mediums. You can see the exact moment he went into the pit lane. Battles going on. A Cube actually building up behind Roland on his hard tyres. Same, actually not the case for Shu, shooting pretty well, though that is partly due to the DC mistake we did just witness. Roland really under pressure here.
It'll be their medium tyres, they've got the speed. Farrell set another fastest lap on 19.1.
Gonna say, I think the driver's behind slightly quicker at the moment. Coney pinching it in the end. DRS now re-enabled.
Still 10 laps to go, and there's still plenty of action to come. As Steiny goes for a move on Roland on the first corner and takes it, but Roland is not letting him have it. Tries to get it back as they come down into turn 3.
Some mighty defending we have seen from that reserve driver in the Ferrari, and you know what, he's doing a jolly good job. Even at the times we've seen him at a time disadvantage, he's still made the most of the situation, made that work. And holds on to that P13. Is that? There we go.
Ah, there's the free. There's the first penalty of the evening, and it goes to Roland. He'll be kicking himself after that, because that was impressive defending, but he just took it too wide.
Yeah. That essentially means it's all for naught, because if he's got a queue right behind him, it doesn't matter where he is compared to that queue. He's going to be at the back of it.
He'll be in P18 as it stands. If the race was to finish now, P18. Waitsy currently, and Hobbsy has retired. What's happened there? Jumping on board with Waitsy.
This is a safety car, another full safety car.
Oh, and there's drivers that are, I think we've got, Shu and DC have come in.
Interesting choice by DC. I'm not at all surprised by Shu, given he was on the hards.
Are we going to be seeing some softs? That's the question.
What have we got left? We're going to have about 9
Shu
laps.
is risking it for the softs. Real DC has gone for the softs as well.
Yeah.
Free fall's coming in.
Free fall's going to go in. See.
And he's going for mediums.
Interesting. Wait, see. Is Waitsy going to go for softs as well, or not? Well,
Waitsy's now basically got a free pit. He's got that saving grace here.
And he's not taking it.
Well, to be fair, his tyre's only 1 lap old.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, people to keep an eye on here. Battle up front, still Roland. What happens with him? And it's 3 seconds.
Shu and DC, that's who's to keep an eye on.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was going to get to them at the start of yawning. Sentence.
They're on softs, they're quick. I wanted to be quick and to the point.
Aston Martin for the moment looking on for a P3, which this season seems pretty obligatory.
You know what I hope they bring back in F123? Red flags. That'd be interesting.
Well, there is a red flag procedure in CRL, I think.
We do have it, but it's never really been implemented. I think it's if 75% of the grid crash in the opening couple of laps.
There's 2 scenarios. It's something like 50% of the grid in the first lap, or 75 in the first 3 laps. I can't remember the exact ins and outs. I'm sure some of the drivers, stickler for the rules, have read it all. Sure I
know I've glanced over it, but it's been a while since I saw that, to be fair.
I've definitely read through the whole thing, just kind of as a steward you have to.
Yeah, I really need a refresh on it, to be fair. But Free Fall's in the pit again, and so's Waitsy. They've both decided to come in this time. I mean, Free Fall's...
Yeah, so
I don't know what his plan was.
Softs. Yeah, he's on the softs, so...
He is now, but he came in for mediums under the first lap of safety car.
Maybe he just wanted to, I don't know, save his softs an extra formation lap of driving around.
Well, now's the time to do it, let's face it.
And actually also it buys more time because the safety car may not be in this round now.
Or depends how quickly they catch up. Close enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just a case of how much is Waitsy going to put his foot down he'll probably want that extra time to catch up with the pack, so he's got more time for overtakes.
So another good track that well, two good tracks that we've got to look forward to in the next 2 seasons, probably, of CRL. We've got Qatar and Las Vegas making their debuts.
Yeah.
Now they will be 2 good tracks to be streaming, especially Qatar. I mean, look at the treat we got in 2021 for it, when all the tyres kept blowing up.
Well, what I'm really hoping is that Vegas, they put some amazing camera angles in, because you always get some of those really nice overhead shots. And some circuits just feel amazing. If they do Vegas to any of its actual credit, the detail how it works. There we go, safety car in this lap. It's going to have some amazing camera angles.
I reckon they know with the Vegas Grand Prix track, they are going to have to put a lot of it. I reckon, and this is personally what I think, I reckon Vegas will be a DLC track. I reckon they're not going to put it in at base purely so they can buy time, because the track's still being built now as we speak.
Well, is it being built so much as just... Here's where it's going to be. We need to demolish this building.
It's Paddock Club that's being built.
Ooh, hang on, Seagriff has spun it. Look at this.
Ooh.
Not spun, but he had a bit of wheel spin. That's 2-second gap free for Farrell. He'll be kicking himself for that one.
The Will's going to see his opportunity here, I reckon, and he's going to try and go for it.
Is that Cole Paradox round before he even gets through the first corner? Who is this? This is War Daddy McConey here.
Going back to my friendly engineer story from qualifiers, he let me in with a little bit of information about Las Vegas. Apparently, the Las Vegas hotels have skyrocketed in price for that weekend. Apparently, they've gone up by 600% in price for the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
That's mad.
I mean, you think how much a hotel in Vegas costs now?
Yeah.
But they're putting it up by about 600% purely for that race weekend.
I mean, it's not surprising you look at the likes of Monaco or any of these other big ones. But yeah.
There's definitely a lot of hype around. I mean, let's face it, racing down the strip at night.
Yeah.
It's going to be... I mean, the circuit looks quite bland, but I reckon there's going to be a lot of overtaking. It's a street circuit.
Yeah, if there's room for overtakes, there's room for drama. And of course, just the atmosphere in general. I mean, it's Vegas, it's going to be unique. It's a huge mistake there by Cal Cohen, nearly into the back of another driver, going wide to avoid it. Slots back into P15 on the track, though now with the 3-second warning, they may get removed because of the way it was incurred. Gap between the front two still nice and big. I think T-Griff just gave this win away. Can't fight it anymore after what he just did.
I think the Will, very shortly, is going to see his opportunity, and he's going to jump. But War Daddy is still on the hot pursuit, and so is McConey. There's a yellow flag in sector 1.
Steiny round T1. Wait, see... No, he's just lost the position. I'm guessing the battle with Shu, which actually looks pretty spicy, judging by the integral gap in the end. Shu coming out on top into that P12, the final point position. Man who did choose to pit from the hard tyres onto the soft for this last stint, post the second safety car. Oh, hang on. That was... Who was that? Cal Cohen just completely cut the chicane.
Pushing them limits. We love to see it.
Give an F1 driver an inch and they'll take it through.
It's just 6 laps to go. Well, 7 technically, but we're approaching just 6 laps to go. Everyone will be scrapping. Well, DRS is enabled, so the will be looking for that opportunity now on Griff to make that move.
Yeah, at the moment, 4-star right on the tail of Claire PR, and I think these two will probably be in a party together. So I'm sure there's plenty of oi go away going on. Yeah.
Usually just love to be a fly on the wall for that conversation.
It's always when you see the instance reported from anyone in that party, you just hear the audio. And you're like good thing you don't have little clips of drivers speaking to their race engineers, otherwise we need a lot more bleeping than F1 does.
Surprised we haven't implemented that yet, where your team gets allocated a race engineer and you can only be a part, because there's a lot of I don't think we should have parties, or I do feel like people that are in parties together aren't reporting each other. That's the biggest drama which is going on in the paddock at the moment. Let's face it. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Oh yeah, I keep on top of these things.
I mean, I'm all for implementing a race engineer and having your two drivers in the same chat. That'd be interesting. But your engineer's got to be able to see the race, and at the moment...
Yeah, you can't get enough spectators in, can you?
No, I think you can only have two.
Yeah, well, just me and you for the moment. This one here, Waitsy and DC having a mighty battle here. Camera angles are absolutely rubbish, but the on-track fighting is not. Here we go, down into T1 side by side through the last corner. DC on the inside, Waitsy on the outside. Let's see who comes out on top. Can he hold it? No, in the end, DC does hold it. Oh, and a mistake on the outside, loses a little bit of traction, giving Calcone a little bit of a go up the inside here of this corner. Is that contact? No, that is just a driver there on the outside in the end, having to slot into P15. Doesn't look like he wants to give it up. Might have to. Clerpiart getting 3 seconds.
Penalty.
And as that is a Ferrari wide shoe, not quite able to do enough. He's stuck behind Roland on the hard tyres. Roland we've seen enough times, an almighty defender here. He's got a penalty. He's on hard tyres. These guys are going to get past him in the end, but he's just having fun defending. And I can't blame him, really.
I mean, if you've got the opportunity to defend and try and stop, then why not?
Yeah, exactly. Now, you mentioned DeWill hoping to get past Tigriff in the end. Ooh, hang on a minute.
Oh, that was a bit close for my liking there.
There's a lovely camera angle there, and then the timing board blocks out half the track. So you're going to turn it off every time you get to that corner. Right, here we go. What move's going to happen here in this group? Roland, of course, not with the DRS shoe right behind him. Ooh, Roland with a bit of a last-minute move, and that is DNF. Caught that on board.
Oh, he's got some...
He's not going to be happy about that one. Roland with a very, very late
VSC.
Move. I imagine the stewards will be reviewing that incident.
That was more than Epsom wore. His face is in the wall.
My goodness.
That was some Tom and Jerry level action there.
I want to rewatch that.
I kind of want to see it as well.
Yeah, there was nothing he could do. He was either into the back of him or into the wall as he was.
Into the wall. That was
so
that
VSC
will
still
be
there.
looked into. I can imagine Shu is...
Yeah,
he's either very unhappy or
right,
he needs
here we
a new TV.
Calcone, how many was it?
It goes from bad to worse. Calcone with a drive-through penalty.
Free fall as well. Both drivers caught out. Trying to cheat the Delta, getting slaps on the wrist.
VSC is lifted with 2 laps to go now technically.
3 laps, they've just started the third last.
3 laps, just started the 33rd. Farrell's still sitting quite comfortably, but DeWill is still trying to close that gap between him and Griff. There's a massive battle up front because it's not just DeWill.
And
got
sorry,
the
at the moment, P11, Roland and DC now side by side. Roland trying to defend from another man. There was actually a little bit of contact there. No! Wait, he's hit Roland and gone round. Well, not round, but he's gone off into the wall. Roland with some... I mean, I think his defending is legal. It's just very heavy defending, more than you might expect otherwise.
Wait, is he still alive by the looks of it? He didn't get as bad as what Shu did.
Yeah, I think he just smacked his 2 tyres side on into the wall to the next to him.
Oh, it's all heating up in these last few laps. It's getting scrappy. And it's what we love to see, let's face it, because everyone's now trying to push the limits.
Chaos at the end.
They're pushing the limits, they're seeing what they can do. And this is where it gets spicy.
So here we go, an overtake further down, Steiny and Waitsy. The 2 people served the drive-throughs or not? Strauss fastest lap down in...
I mean, technically speaking...
Where is he? P7?
They could technically serve their drive-throughs on the very last lap of the race.
Oh, I'm going to pull a Schumacher? I thought that was banned.
Pull a Schumacher?
Yeah. I thought they made a rule to prevent that. Oh, yellow flag. Waitsy retiring in the pit lane. I think that's what it is. The 2
Cole Paradox
Tories into the pit lane.
Yeah, Waitsy's retired. Cole Paradox and Kalakan. Apologies if I
Calcoen.
just butchered that.
Calcoen. Find a name, stick with it. If you get complaints, yeah, fix it.
If you want me to be able to pronounce your name, make it easy for me to pronounce on the stream.
Yep, well, Farrell got it right, didn't he? Nice and easy, and the man leading by nearly 2.5 seconds now after that safety car restart. He's been untouchable. No one's got any nearer.
He's had a Sunday drive. That's all he's had today.
You can have a nice last lap cruise around, have a bit of fun. Could probably even sneak a donut in there with the amount of lead he's got.
Yeah, she was just completely got up and left the session. I don't blame him, to be fair.
I'm surprised it even took him that long to leave the session. As here we go, War Daddy right on the tail of DeWill. Will this be the Aston Martin podium that you were hoping for?
Oh, come on, my boy's got it. He's going to be okay. So he's still got DRS.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got a load more ERS, does DeWill. Can almost hold it the entire lap round. DeWill knows what he's doing. He is one of CRL's most experienced racers. I don't think it's the most
Liam
races
getting past McConey though behind him. Sorry to interrupt there.
No, I missed that
one. There's a good old battle going for P5 at the moment. Liam sneaks it, and McConey's having to concede.
Two of the championship rivals as well. This does matter to these two. McConey is P3 in the championship, currently 25 points down on Liam. Actually, T-Griff just 10 points down on Liam. Is that enough to... Hang on, let me check the points. P2 is 24.
The calculator's out.
P5 is 14, which means if neither of them get fastest lap, they will be tied on points leaving this race. So, stay where you are, drivers. We'll have a bit of spicy championship standings. I have no idea who'll win on a countback. Don't know who's got more wins.
Well, I'm currently on board with DeWill at the moment, who is defending like a lion. He's still got one lap to go to keep War Daddy at bay, but War Daddy's going to bring the war.
He's got two corners. There's Farrell rounding the last bend. Farrell bringing it home to a nice, easy victory. Going to give himself a little wiggle to the line there. Next man, T-Griff, got a bit more of a gap. DeWill will secure that P3. War Daddy P4, Liam P5, McConey 6, Strauss 7, Tobes 8. Clerpiard penalty dropping him down. 4-star 9. DC ending up 11. It's Clerpiard 10. Roland, I think, going to lose that P12. Steiny picks up the last point. Now, I'm pretty sure that the boys at the back are all having a gun for fastest lap. Because Cole Paradox has just gone purple on some very fresh soft tyres.
I'm going to jump on board with Freefall and see if he can do it.
So, here we go. Cole Paradox probably will get fastest lap. Yep, there we go. 18.
He does.
Freefall, I'm not sure how the tyres for it. No, he's doing
no
wiggle.
Of
course he has. He made it to the line, he's fine. And then...
he was going for a donut, and he... Oh.
I expect no less from the man.
I mean, it's a way to cross the line, to be fair. The car technically crossed the line 3 times with the amount of bits that came off it.
I haven't had that one before. Alright, oh, I'm in a nice dark room now.
Oh no, there we go. Farrow doing a bit of a jiggle there. He just went for a Sunday drive, let's face it. No pressure from any of the drivers.
Yeah, and especially after that restart.
Oh, his restarts were fantastic.
Calcoen saying he did get the fastest lap. I was wondering that, as I couldn't actually see. It was only a split second, and I wasn't looking at the right part of the screen to see. But Calcoen did nick fastest lap when he came home with that P16. I think, yeah, Farrell thoroughly earned that win.
Oh, it's all kicking off in the paddock.
Oh. Gotta have a look at this.
Some chat going on between Waitsy and Shu. And that'll be obviously what happened to Shu there. But yeah, no, as it stands, the winner of today's race is Farrow, followed by T-Griff, and then DeWill, War Daddy with P4, Liam P5, McConey P6, Strauss P7, Tobes P8, and 4-star P9 with Clarp coming in 10th. Then moving into the bottom half, it is Rio DC, Steiny, Roland, and Cold Paradox. And then I believe it's Freefall.
Yeah, Freefall, Calcoen, Waitsy, Shu, Hobbsy, and Nolsey. There were a few DNFs there towards the end. Some on the pit lane, some on the track. Fastest lap by Calcoen in the end. So no bonus points awarded for that. But if my calculations are right from earlier, T-Griff gets 24 points. Oh Oh no, Tigriff was the man in P3. McConey was the man P2 in the titles. There isn't a tie coming out of this race. Right, let's work this out. Tigriff ends up 15 points down on Liam. And then... What's captain fifth? So Tigriff ends up 15 points down. And McConey will end up 12 points down. So the top 3 drivers will be separated by just 15 points. It will still be the same, Liam, McConey, Tigriff. I don't want to work out the numbers, but yeah, McConey down 12 points, Tigriff down 15 points. So still very, very tight among the front runners, who actually we ought to try and get in for a quick post-race interview.
I was going to say, can we get any of these boys in?
And Brandon flopped out of that. I'll shoot them a message. Right, there we got Farrell, Tigriff, and Mr. French Kevin Man. Do want to check I've got the right names. Well, half the time I forget. Farrell, Tigriff, DeWill. Yeah, okay, nice, perfect. Don't want to add the wrong people. I shall quickly add them to the party. Nodded.
Fantastic.
And you can now be heard again on the stream.
Oh, there we go. That's what you want to hear. Not that anybody probably missed my sound of my voice, but there we go.
Ah, there we go, Mr. Tigriff. Congratulations on your P2.
Cheers.
Mr. DeWill has also joined the party. We're just waiting for our race winner, and then we can go from there. I believe we should start with P3, don't you, John, and work our way up?
Well, Kevin, I know you've ended up missing a few races due to your internet, had to drop your full-time seat, but back on the podium. Were you expecting podium?
Nope. Not at all. I jumped on the game like 2 hours ago. I did a quick session with the Booth brothers, and I did like a 15-8 in quali. I was like, meh, it's alright. And everyone on the chat, on the chat to chat was, what? You will do it what that quick? I was like, no, but yes. So yeah, after this, I was expecting to do alright, not that well. So
yeah,
I'm pretty happy. My internet is still a bit shaky, but yeah.
Yeah, Tigriff. Well, one of the big things, your safety car restart at the end there.
Yeah.
Just caught out, or
no, I got the restart glitch. So I saw Farrell going away, and I tried to get on the throttle, and nothing happened. So I nearly spun because obviously, like I was, increasing the throttle, and then suddenly it kicked in. So yeah, a bit annoying, really. It was like 2 seconds behind in one lap, in one corner rather. But yeah, that was the only bad part of the race for me, to be fair.
Alright, and now our race winner has joined. Congratulations on your win, Farrell.
Mate.
I think pretty commanding win by you. At what point did you reckon you got it in the bag?
I did my first laps of the track on Tuesday, and I was like, I'm in pretty good shape here.
Yeah, I was winning during the race. Not I knew I was going to win it back on Tuesday. Because I assume you saw the the Tigriff mistake at the end of the safety car restart, and kind of thought, oh, 2-second gap, I can work with this.
Yeah, no, like after the first safety car restart, I kind of got the glitch, and then that meant that I couldn't pull the gap. So then when I got it again on the second one, I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just going now.
It looked more like a Sunday drive, if I'm honest, bud, from the comms booth. We were, I lost count how many times I said he's gone for a Sunday stroll. Did at any point you thinking, I'm just breezing through this?
Yeah, no, like even at the end, like when I was 2 seconds clear, I was like, I'll just stay and I'll do like mid-19s, and I don't have to push anything like that, so full enough then. I think the only thing we could have screwed my race was that I originally planned that I was going to pit early and get an undercut, and I was going to go on 18, which would have just been like 10 seconds before the safety car came out. So I was glad that I kind of changed my mind then and didn't do that.
Yeah, something I've only just thought about. Did you get a Grand Slam?
No, I didn't get past that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that bit.
You literally just said it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I forgot that was included in the Grand Slam, because I thought I was thinking, did he lead every lap? But yeah, no, missed the fastest lap bit.
I tried to go for it on the last lap, but it was some kind of faster best by then.
Yeah,
So yeah, when I was down in sector one, I was like, bring it home then.
yeah. But now I've got the rest of it all done. Next round, next week, you are all going around Bahrain. Thoughts?
How's people's thoughts about Bahrain?
Yeah, I quite like the track. Had a couple of good results there in the past, so yeah, hopefully another good one.
How about you, Farrell?
Bahrain is a terrible track. It's always just a train the whole time.
Yeah.
Few mistakes and all that. Because everyone says they're always good beats and all that.
Yeah. And this is something I will point out, Tigriff, I don't know if you've already ran the numbers yourself. You're currently 15 points down on Liam in the championship.
Yeah.
And actually you're only, 3 points behind Makoni for that P2. So, brought yourself closer to the championship battle.
15 points after today's results.
Yeah, after today's. I've done, assuming you get your P3, get your P2, he gets his P5.
Yep. Yeah.
So nice and closed up for you boys.
Even when I saw the quali, I was obviously in the party with McConey and Steiny, and all three of them were outside the top 10. So I was like, it's looking pretty good. But yeah, McConey and Liam put a great drive in, P5 and 6. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really tight championship right down to the wire. Farrell's right back in it after 2 race wins as well. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Farrell will still be a fair bit off, but he's definitely made progress back up the order. So it'll be interesting to see if he can make it a 4-way battle towards the end. You've still got, 6 rounds left?
6 rounds left to go.
So 180 points to play for. Well, actually, 186.
And we've got one sprint race as well.
Yeah.
Where's the sprint race?
Yeah,
Mexico,
I believe it's
I think.
Mexico, which is a sprint race.
Round 14. Yeah, well, anything else you guys want to say for the stream, or should we just finish it all up?
Yeah, thank you.
You've helped us out at Aston Martin there, mate. It's greatly appreciated.
You.
Yeah, no, I think I will then end the stream. Actually, I haven't seen the Tier 1 stream pop up. Have they managed to not have one, or is it just...
It has
no,
popped
it has.
up. They are racing. I believe the race has just got underway.
Yeah, so stop watching us, go watch Tier 1. Which actually, they're on lap 3 behind the safety car, so watch the safety car restart.
Already?
Now,
They're behind the safety car?
Yep, see, Tier 2 much better.
Oh.
Who was it? IRT Mick
Bunch of
out.
Winker.
Looks like Jacob got involved as well. He's down P19 on fresh set of tyres. But
It's all kicking off in Tier 1.
from us, that is going to be goodbye until next week.
Yeah, we move over to Bahrain. Normally the opening for an F1, but because how far it is, it's going to be close. People are going to be pushing the limits, let's face it, in Bahrain.